Josh from GearWire.com again. I'm back with Tim Vear from Applications Engineering with Shure, and we are going to look at some of the KSM microphones.
We'll look at the KSM32. This is a very, very flat response, very neutral sounding microphone that's widely used for musical instrument recording, acoustic musical instrument recording. Natural, high fidelity, uncolored sound. It's also used on ensemble work for choirs or choruses or orchestral groups. In that same vein, the small diaphragm condenser microphones, these are KSM137s, are almost exclusively used for acoustic musical instrument recording. But because you can drop them and run over them with a truck, they show up in live sound applications as well for drum overheads, hi-hat mics, acoustic percussion instruments and so forth. But these have an even flatter, more neutral response perhaps than the KSM32. So for a very accurate, high fidelity sound, the 137 is a good choice. One thing for the tech guys out there that's worth pointing out, the 27 and the 44 are large diaphragm condensers, about a 1-inch diameter capsule. The probe style microphones, the 137s, are about a 1/2-inch cartridge. And although the large diaphragm microphones are highly regarded for their on-axis sound, they do not have a very uniform off-axis polar pattern. The larger the diameter, the more effect the microphone cartridge has on the sound waves themselves. When the diameter of the cartridge is about the same as the wavelength of the incoming sound, it starts to reflect and diffract the sound. So a 1-inch cartridge, like in the 27 or the 44, starts to affect the sound at about 10 kilohertz, where the wavelength is about 1 inch. So above 10 kilohertz, the off-axis polar pattern of the 44 and the 27 is not nearly as uniform as the small diameter microphones like the KSM137. So these are really a more appropriate microphone if you're recording sound from a large area, like an orchestra or a choir or some kind of a group, because the off-axis sound quality will be exactly the same as the on-axis. It's not quite as accurate on these microphones, so the large ones are more often used for close-up on-axis stuff, the smaller ones for things that have to be uniform over a wide pickup range. And it all has to do with the diameter of the cartridge itself. So just something to note for the condenser guys. The KSM series is primarily a studio microphone series. However, as you would know, because our studio microphones are built to the same mechanical standards as our live sound microphones, many of these models have ended up on touring sound stages as well as in recording studios. That's neither good nor bad. It's just something that we have to always keep in mind, is that people expect a certain level of durability from Shure products, whether we claim they're a studio product or a live sound product.
And we'll be back with a Ford F-150, Truckzilla, and the KSM137s to see how they hold up.